Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Abongide Maria if you don't know who I am. And today we have a very special guest, Mandy, who will be talking about the application process for international students who want to study at UCT, particularly for Zimbabwe students. Don't forget to like, to comment, and to subscribe to my channel. Guys, listen to this story. It's very beautiful. She spoke so well from the top to the bottom. Bye.
Hi guys, my name is Mandi, short for Mandi Kuta, and I am a second year computer science student at the University of Cape Town. I'm currently doing a Bachelor of Business Science in Computer Science. I understand there are 4 different routes you can go about doing computer science at UCT, which is either a BCom, a BBAS Sci, which is what I'm doing, a BSc, or a BA in the humanities faculty. So you choose what works for you, and I liked the commerce route. I like particularly the business science route. I did my high school education in Zimbabwe, particularly in Kwekwe. I know most people are familiar with Harare and Bulawayo, but there's also Kwekwe. So shout out to people from Kwekwe. Anyways, so for high school, what we do in Zim, if most people are familiar with it, we do Cambridge. So the first 4 years are O levels, ordinary levels, or IGCSE, and then the final 2 years are A level. Well, the 5th year is AS level, and the 6th year is A2 level. So O level, which is, I think if we're to translate it to South African grades, would be grade 8, 9, 10, 11 to grade 11. So that's Form 1 to Form 4. What you do is, most people choose an average of 10 O-level subjects. For me, it was math, physics, chemistry, biology, geography, English, accounting, business studies, literature and English, and ICT, I think. Yeah, so you do that as a foundation. It's what everyone in high school has to do. And then after that, you get to choose, based off of your O-level results, what you want to do in A-level. So I did AS, Global Perspectives and Research, just as a flex. But if you want to, you can do whatever AS subject you want. And then for A-level, I did math, physics, chemistry, and biology. Now, if you're noticing from the subjects that I've told you about, there is no computer science mentioned. So it just goes to show that if you are planning on doing computer science in university, you don't really need to do it at a high school level. So you're completely fine. As long as you have your math secured. Physics as well? I'm not sure. It just depends on which department you want to apply from. Alright, so now we're going to focus on the application process, which I understand is a little bit different if you're an international student compared to a local South African citizen applying to UCT. So obviously you go to the UCT website and you apply. I think there's an option to choose which type of student you are. So I applied with my O-level results combined with my AS level and A-level results for my program. So yeah, once you've gotten those, you also need to apply with your NBT results. So you also need to write NBTs. For all my people who don't know about NBTs, I think there's a website which will direct you to it. There aren't many study resources, but high school would have already prepared you enough for it, so you'll be okay. You'll be okay. Alright, so for more details on the grades you need for the particular degree you want to study in, I think you'll find it in the UCT prospectus, and the UCT prospectus is there on the website. So you can type it up, Google it, and you'll find everything you need in terms of the grades you should be aiming for in A-level and the grades you should be aiming for in your NBTs. So once you've written your A-levels, you get your results from Cambridge, I think in January, early January, and the application pool for universities in South Africa opens in March, April, somewhere there. So you use those results to apply for your program. I think UCT opens 2 slots that you pick of preference. You put your first preference and then your second one. I personally chose to apply for a BSc in Computer Science with Business Computing. If you didn't know, if you're planning on studying in the science faculty, you need to double major most of the times. So my double major was Business Computing. And my other interest was obviously the BBA Computer Science. But also, once again, if you're applying into the commerce faculty, if you're applying for like a BBA and you want to be specifically doing maybe computer science or finance and whatever, you need to first apply into the commerce faculty. So it's okay if they don't offer you particular specific majors within the commerce faculty, but you just type BBA, and then from then onwards, once you've been accepted, you can then choose what you want to major in, which is computer science. Once you get your response from UCT in like August, October, I suggest you immediately start applying for your student study visa, because it's a lot of paperwork. So the thing is, UCT most of the time gives a provisional acceptance letter. So that's the letter you use to apply for your student visa. If you're lucky, they may give you a firm offer, but don't panic if you get a provisional acceptance letter, because it just means that they still need to go through more work, more of your paperwork, maybe your NBT results, or they still need to process your A-level results and compare them with some of the other students who are applying into UCT, because it's pretty competitive. So yeah, once you do that, once you get your results, I think IAPO, which stands for International Academic Programs Office, you will become well acquainted with it once you get to UCT, and it is your best friend. IAPO will send you the letter of undertaking that you're looking for automatically with your acceptance letter. If you do not get your letter of undertaking, you should email IAPO, and I'm pretty sure they'll send it to you. Your letter of undertaking basically states that UCT is going to be taking you in as a student for such and such a number of years, and it's not a scam, so you will get your student visa. So the nitty gritties of what exactly is needed for your student visa, you find it in this website. It's called VFS. So you just go to Google, type in VFS, and I'm sure Awoni will attach the link to the site. So you just pick the country you're in, and then it'll give you a checklist of what exactly you need. You'll find everything you need, and you just have to keep conversing with the university if you do not have your stuff, and they will give you. You also need to be patient with the admin, because sometimes it does take a lot of time, especially around this time, because lots of students need lots of things from them. So please be patient. Do not panic. It's okay. So once you have finished with your visa application, you're waiting for it, you've applied as early as possible. Please, let me just stress this again. Do not wait for the last minute, because it takes a really, really long time for VFS to process all your documentations, especially if there are now a lot of students applying. So you may find that if you do apply maybe in November or December, you're going to get your student visa maybe in March or even later onwards, and you're going to be behind. So please apply as soon as you can. I applied in October and I got my student visa in December. So it just goes to show, apply early and you get your stuff early, and no stress, you won't miss out on anything. So once you've done all that, you realize that it's now March. When do we open school? February? You need to come to UCT. You're here in Cape Town, everything's amazing, but you need to do this thing called pre-registration. Another thing that us as international students need to do, pre-registration. You need to have paid a certain amount of fees, but don't worry, the nitty-gritties, I think they'll send you an email of what you need to do for pre-registration. But you need your student visa, you need to have paid for fees, and you need to have proof of accommodation as well. So that's where your lease agreement or your letter from the university showing that you are in the areas comes in handy. So in terms of fees, I know a lot of people wanted to know about funding for international students. That's a bit of a sore spot, unfortunately, because you find that most of the really good funding opportunities are for South African citizens. But don't despair. I mean, if you do stick to the UCT funding website, you may find some hidden gems in there, so you can check that out as well. Or your best option could also be doing really well in your first year and being put maybe into the dean's list. I understand if you put into the dean's list, they give you a certain amount for your tuition, and that relieves the financial cost. Or you can join the society called Golden Key, which is by invitation. That's also if you do really well. So the pressure is on for you to do really well if you want to get funding in those areas. Alright, so once you're done with your pre-registration, if it wasn't clear on how to do it exactly, just know that UCT will communicate with you in terms of pre-registration. They'll lay out exactly what they need from you and when they need it from you. So it's fine, don't stress about it. Or you can find it on the internet, Google. But yeah, so once you're done with pre-registration, another thing I wanted to add on is, as international students, in addition to your tuition, you have a little fees that's added to your tuition as well. So that's just an extra cost. This year was, I think, 4,400 added to your tuition. So yeah, just bear that in mind as well. If you're calculating all your costs to the T, there's that as well. So anyways, once you're done with pre-registration, now you can register like a normal student, which is where you put in your courses and everything. Depending on which faculty you're in, because I'm in the commerce faculty, we had someone who walked us through the whole process in our first year, what courses to add in, which courses not to add in, and what best suits the majors you're doing. So if you're in the science faculty, I understand, according to Awongile, you're on your own. You need to take matters into your own hands and figure it out, but because you're going to UCT, you have a good shot at figuring things out and putting your life into order. So yeah, once you're done with registration, you're officially a UCT student. You're ready to go to upper campus and push course like the rest of us. So the thing is, most of the times you'll find that there aren't many resources to get by in helping you throughout the whole process of applying, researching what works for you, accommodation and everything, but YouTube is your friend. At this point, YouTube is the best resource you could find, because that's what I did. I looked for a bunch of videos of people who were doing the program that I wanted to do and how in different student accommodations that could work for you. Oh yes, I forgot to mention another thing that you find you need in your visa application is proof of accommodation. So you need to also secure accommodation. So if you have applied for accommodation from UCT, I did the same thing. You may find that sometimes you may not get res on time, you may be put on the waiting list, but the thing is you still need to apply for your student visa. Please apply for your student visa as early as possible. I'm talking the moment you get your acceptance, apply with everything, because it's going to take time. So anyways, back to what I was saying. Accommodation is another thing you're going to need. So for me with accommodation, I had to find a private student accommodation because UCT had put me on the waiting list, because they had prioritized students who are on NSFAS, which is fine. But what was not fine was the struggle to actually find good, reliable places to stay. So I suggest you could check out digsconnect.com, that's a good site, or you can check out Gumtree. But yeah, there also aren't many resources out there. If you do know someone who's at UCT, I suggest you connect with them, ask them as many questions as you can, because you find that a lot of UCT students are willing to share information. We don't want to see other people struggle. So yeah, listen to this video, guys. Listen to Awongile's video. Subscribe. Right, finally in conclusion, my advice, please apply as soon as possible Do not let the spirit of procrastination enter you. Apply as soon as you can. As soon as they say we have opened our doors to applications, please send it in. Be it your application to UCT, be it your visa application, please get everything done out and put it out of the way as soon as possible, because you find that sometimes you may have missed out certain documents and you're only notified later on as towards the end, and you find that it may affect you and you may lose out on time, and then you register late. You see the ripple effect, you see the dominoes. You register late and now you're behind. So don't do that to yourself. Do things on time all the time. And funding, please don't give up on funding. Just keep your eyes and ears to the ground. Keep looking. You will find something, and just work as hard as possible. I know that's a very generic statement, but do your best and it will pay off. Someone out there will want to give you money, I believe. So yeah, do that and everything will fall into place. And if you're someone who is looking into doing computer science for the first time, you didn't do it in high school, it's okay. I didn't do it in high school and I'm in second year now and things are going okay for now. So it's okay, you can do it too. You can push out of your comfort zone. Do what your gut is telling you and it'll be fine. Yeah. Good luck everyone, and I hope this video was helpful.